Welcome to Euclid Avenue and Polk Avenue. My name is Jim Stone. I'm the Executive Director of Circulate San Diego. We are a nonprofit organization that educates and advocates for better transportation options and sustainable land uses here in San Diego. We're here today to launch Vision Zero, an initiative designed to make San Diego streets safer for everyone and to save lives. This is important stuff. In 2013, there were actually twice as many traffic fatalities as there were murders in the city of San Diego. Every day, there's at least one serious injury or fatality for people walking, biking, or driving in the city. We've made great strides at reducing crime, so now it's time to invest in safer streets and saving lives. And that takes leadership. And we're thrilled to have a mayor who is taking on a leadership role and who has demonstrated his willingness to invest in our infrastructure and make safety a top priority for all streets. So at this time, it's my great pleasure to introduce the man who's making Vision Zero a possibility, a reality here in San Diego. Please welcome Mayor Kevin Faulconer.
Jim, thank you, my friend. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, man. Jim, well, thank you very much, and thank you for everybody coming out this morning, and my colleagues on the City Council, who we're going to hear from in just a second. And Jim, I want to thank you and everyone at Circulate San Diego for organizing this event and putting forward this Vision Zero to the entire city. So I think all of us know there truly is no greater priority for the city than public safety. And I know Councilmember Emerald and Councilmember Kersey, who are here with me today, completely agree. And that's why all of us are working together toward the goal of zero traffic deaths in the city of San Diego. It is a lofty aspiration, but we must do everything in our power to meet. And that's what today is all about. And in the city of San Diego, all of us working together, working collaboratively, we're very proud that we are making great strides to become more pedestrian and more bicycle-friendly city by investing in our infrastructure and by making safety a priority on all city streets. For example, in the fiscal year that's just going to begin here in July 1, the city will spend $1 million in community block grants for pedestrian safety-related improvements, including pedestrian countdown timers, new sidewalks, and traffic calming measures across the city. And we're also updating our city's traffic system and plan to identify corridors with the highest pedestrian accidents and then analyze them for design changes. That's what it's all about, taking action. That's what Vision Zero is today. So whether you drive, bike, or walk, safer streets benefit everyone in San Diego. Take this intersection, for example. As you can see, we're right outside Euclid Elementary School. And parents and students need to know that they are safe when they walk to school. The corners of this intersection have pop-outs that shorten the distance across the street for pedestrians. It also includes a four-way crosswalk with continental striping, the new city standard for crosswalks. And these standards and more are needed throughout heavily traffic corridors in the city. And that's what Vision Zero comes in. The report released today has a lot of great ideas on how we create safer streets. And I want to thank Circulate San Diego for their dedication and effort in creating this report. I want to thank the kids here at Euclid Elementary School. Hello, guys. How are you doing today? It's great to see all of you. And I just wanted to conclude by saying this is how we get things great done. This is how we get great things done in the city, is when we work together and we collaborate to make our streets and neighborhoods safe. And now it is my absolute pleasure to introduce my partner in making this a safer city in so many different ways, Councilmember Marti Emerald, who chairs the city's Public Safety Committee. Councilmember?
Thank you very much. We have so many children in this district, so many children all over the city who really do deserve safer routes from school to home to play. And it all started right here in the City Heights area, at least, with the newer crosswalks and really the focus and the dedication on creating safer streets for everyone, especially these little ones who are watching us and who will be holding us accountable going forward. It's so important to get kids to and from school safely, to and from the park safely, to home. And so we're all putting an effort in. And I want to thank our mayor, Kevin Faulconer, for recognizing this as being such a priority, not just here in District 9 either, but everywhere. We do have to make sure that these streets are safe for everybody. Not just for the kids walking, the senior citizens walking across the street who need this little extra help with these bulb outs to make it across, but for people who are on bicycles, who choose to walk instead of drive their cars. These streets have to be used by everybody, and they need to be safe for everybody. And that is our commitment to the community, to make sure that we think safe routes everywhere. Safe routes for pedestrians, safe routes for cyclists, safe routes for drivers. And also to work with Circulate San Diego to provide for education, to remind people about all of our responsibility to share the streets safely, to look both ways before we go across the street, and to work as a community to make coming and going on our streets that much safer. So we look forward to money being invested, more money being invested here in District 9, in all of our communities, and helping to bring down these numbers of injuries. And I think 0 is where we genuinely have to aim. Nobody should be injured on our city streets. Nobody should be hit by cars. No cyclist should have to worry about safety. And drivers should know where there are going to be pedestrians. We need to have signals and cues for them as well, so that they can drive safely and make sure that they're sharing the road safely with everybody. So thanks to Circulate San Diego, Vision 0 should be a vision for all of us in this city to make sure that anybody who uses our streets will be safe out here, will get where they're going safely and healthy. So thank you for being here. We appreciate, thank you to our mayor, to public safety, our police chief for everything she does to help keep things safe. Thank you to our Circulate San Diego folks. And thanks to my colleague, Mark Kersey, chair of the Infrastructure Committee, who has been pushing for safer streets and neighborhoods as well by rebuilding San Diego. So next up, Mark Kersey.
Thank you very much, Marty. It's an honor for me to be here today with my colleague from the 9th District, Marty Emerald, as well as our mayor and these fine children over here to help kick off Vision 0 in the city. I want to thank Kathleen Ferrier as well as Circulate San Diego for taking leadership on the issue of pedestrian and bicyclist safety, as well as everyone else here with us today, because all your support is going to be invaluable for us to move forward. Nobody should be unsafe walking along sidewalks, crossing intersections, or bicycling in bike lanes. Potholes and cracked roads might be an annoyance to drivers, but can be disastrous for bicyclists. Lifted and broken sidewalks can force people off the sidewalks and into roads. And old and poorly designed intersections can pit pedestrians, bicyclists, and drivers against each other. We've lost 3 people from my council district just in the last year alone due to bicycle and pedestrian accidents, including a neighbor of mine, Roger Rue, the CFO of Children's Hospital, just last week. And several more have been injured as well. I know this is not unique to my district, but in fact impacts our entire city. It's clear that the quality of our infrastructure affects the safety of all San Diegans. And that's why I've been working on rebuilding San Diego with Councilmember Emerald and Mayor Faulconer. And I can proudly say that we have accomplished a lot in just a couple of years. Under the mayor's leadership, we released the city's first ever multi-year capital plan and sidewalk condition assessment. We are wrapping up our second street condition assessment, and we'll be hearing the pedestrian master plan at City Council within the year. And the mayor is committed to repairing 1,000 miles of city streets and roads over the next 5 years. As we begin to rebuild San Diego, we need to make sure that we are using the latest technologies, the best engineering, and innovative methods to protect the health and the safety of our bicyclists and pedestrians. For example, the roads in my council district are unique for their length and their high speed limits. I believe the addition of protected bike lanes, sometimes called cycle tracks, as called for in the city's bicycle master plan, are critical to bicyclist safety. Implementing the Vision 0 framework along with the city's pedestrian master plan and bicycle master plan will go a long way toward making our streets, our sidewalks, and our bike lanes as safe as possible. But building a smarter network is only half the battle, We need bicyclists and pedestrians to do their part as well. Just on my drive over here, 2 blocks away on El Cajon Boulevard, a gentleman was jaywalking while looking down at his cell phone. That's obviously not smart. We need everybody to do their part as well. Education and enforcement are critical to making Vision Zero work, and that's why I'm honored today to introduce our Police Chief, Shelley Zimmerman. Chief?
Thank you very much, and good morning. As Chief of Police and as someone who very much enjoys running and bicycling, I fully support the ambitious yet attainable goal of Vision Zero campaign to reach zero traffic deaths. The San Diego Police Department is committed to public safety, and we are happy to partner with Circulate San Diego to assist in all the strategies that will ultimately save lives and keep all of our citizens safe. But more enforcement can't do this alone. We need your help. So I'm urging everyone who enjoys walking, riding a bicycle, or driving a vehicle to please look out for each other, follow all traffic laws, and never text while you are driving. Your full attention must be on the road at all times. Your efforts are critical to the success of Vision Zero. I want to encourage everyone to please keep these thoughts in mind, no matter if you're a cyclist, a pedestrian, or a motorist. Be alert. Be patient. Be considerate. Give each other a little more room, a little more time. Doing so could avoid getting a citation, but more importantly, it could save a life. Thank you all for coming together, partnering with everyone that is here today to make sure that our city is safe for everyone. Thank you very much. And then, right now, I'd like to introduce Bob Pratt from AARP.
Well, good morning. I'm a volunteer with ARP California, and ARP California is just a huge supporter of this initiative. We believe that as a result, the several 100,000 members that we have in San Diego and their families will walk safer with a heightened awareness of this responsibly, as the chief said, and with increased confidence that they can walk without risk of serious injury to themselves or their family. Now, we want them to walk. We want them to be healthier. And we know from something like this that gets people out onto the streets, that those streets will thrive, both economically and in terms of security, and be safer, and because the people are on the streets. Now, we know that there's no silver bullet to solve this, but as the mayor said, when you get kids, when you get when you get city leadership, when you get community groups, when you get business behind something as a team, amazing things happen in almost every city where that's happened. Martin Luther King said, "Don't bring me a list of complaints, bring a vision." And so we want to thank the mayor, city leadership for sharing their vision, and especially Jim Stone and Circulate San Diego for giving us a plan that we can take that vision to reality. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob. In closing, I'd like to thank Mayor Faulconer and Council members Kersey and Emerald for their leadership for taking action on this important issue. Make no mistake about it, the steps we're taking here today will save lives. Now, I was questioned by somebody yesterday, and they said, zero? Really, zero? I mean, is that reasonable? So I asked them, what would be a reasonable number? And they said, well, I don't know, maybe 50% reduction. I said, okay, well, so let me ask you this. What would be a reasonable reduction for your family? What's the acceptable number for your family? Is it 50%? And the light came on, and the answer was clearly no. I'm not willing to accept a 50% fatality rate in my family. They said the answer was zero. So Vision Zero really is the right answer. So it's a challenging problem, but we've studied it. We know how to solve it. This report that we're releasing today, Vision Zero, zero traffic deaths in San Diego by 2025, outlines the strategies and the approaches that the city can adopt to make a huge change. We know children and elderly are at greater risk than anybody else. I appreciate Bob's remarks from AARP. And we know that sadly, while traffic fatalities are decreasing nationwide, they've been increasing here in Southern California and San Diego. And in fact, in the first 3 months of this year, they're up another 40%. So today we're releasing this report, It's a strategy to move forward, to make the necessary changes. And we look forward to working with city staff and city leaders to make this happen, because it's not only the right thing to do, it's the only thing to do. Thank you very much. And if anybody from the press would like to interview anybody here, well, we'd be happy to hang around. Thanks.
Thank you, Jim. Good job. Well done.